Hello, this is Pastor Dan with the Noon Staff Devo for Monday, June 15th. And I'm coming to you from my room with no power. We lost our power. I guess the transformer blew out in our block. So there was a big bang, and all the houses on our block are out of power. And so I'm using the little light from my garage, trouble light, to help illuminate things a little bit. So anyway, hopefully that'll get fixed pretty soon. But we are doing a sermon series called Built to Last. And yesterday, on Sunday, we did our second installment of that sermon series on small groups, the core value of small groups in our church, as we look at the core values that make up the foundation that makes our church built to last. And so I want to read to you one of the main passage we used was from Acts chapter 2, and I'm going to look at the last couple of verses of the chapter, 46 and 47. And it says, this is a description of the early church and what they were like. And it says, they worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared meals with great joy and generosity, all the while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. So if you notice there, they were not only worshiping together on Sunday, which is a great thing, but they met together in small groups in homes. And it says there was miraculous signs. They enjoyed the goodwill of the people. The community was impressed with these new Christians. And God added to their number daily. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my personal experience in small groups. And it's just a chance to, we talked in the sermon yesterday about how small groups are a way for us to share and get to know each other better. So anyway, I have I was thinking back over my personal experience with small group. And I think the first time I had small group experience was in high school. And my mentor, and my youth pastor, Andy, who was my life mentor, discipled me and two other guys. So we had a 4-person group, and we went through this little discipleship group. I remember it had these little stick men in it. I can't remember the name of it, but it was very impactful and really got my life on the road to being discipled and growing in Christ. In college at the U of M, I was in a small group at our college ministry that was very impactful, and met some guys that I'm still really good friends with. And as we got to know the Lord and grow in the Lord and got to know each other. And then in seminary, I went to a church called Lake Avenue Congregational Church, about 5,000 people, big church, but I was in their young adult Sunday school class. And the pastor there had me, I volunteered to lead a small group. And he came to check on the group one time. And then I wasn't doing anything I wouldn't normally do, just leading the class, but he was very impressed with how I did. And he goes, Dan, you're really gifted in small groups. And so I just, really felt, kind of affirmed about how leading a small group. And then in my first church in Pasadena, the church had no small groups when Marcia and I were being assistant, and it was about 60 people. And when we left 4.5 years later, we had 8 thriving small groups, and the church had grown to over